as well. He's branching out on his own, and it's got to be said, finally, I suppose. He's in the studio to talk with us about it. G'day there, Barnaby.
Good morning. How you going?
Good, man, good. And I suppose there's been hints of this, particularly with Fly My Pretties, that there is other stuff that you want to do, and there's another genre of music that you want to express.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's my first solo album under my own name. Actually, my first one was Flash Harry in 2003.
Oh, of course, yeah.
That was a little more of a broken beat kind of mix-up.
What happened to that? Because that was brilliant.
Exactly what happened to it. Well, I don't know. It would be good to find out. Actually, the old label Capital went under, and it's just in between. Because
I remember the live gig in the Sumner Town Hall one time.
Taking us back.
That was one of the best live gigs I remember of that time.
Oh,
it was brilliant.
Yeah, that was just experimenting, really, back in those days, and that was before. Black Seeds was around, but we weren't as professional. We weren't touring as much, and we didn't have as many albums out and that. So it's kind of 12 years later, 10 years later rather, from 2001, it's time to release my solo album and get into it, man.
And I guess where are we with this? Is it more on the old country sort of?
Yeah, I guess you're right that it sounds like it comes more from a Fly My Pretties, roots rock, country and rock and bluegrassy feels.
Yeah.
But this is pretty classic kind of sounding, this album, Tarot Card Rock. As you just heard that track there, it's probably the more surf sounding one, but it's a combination of acoustic and electric guitar, rock music. Really, it's not that experimental in that way, and in the tones that I'm using. But it's been a great journey actually, just getting it out.
And is it a more personal project as well, like in the songwriting?
Yeah, it is all the way through. I mean, in the songwriting, yes, it's songs from 2007. Two songs there from that I recorded in Amsterdam with some guys called Roots Club, and they're older rock and roll Dutch guys that were really fun. And we had a session in a studio there, and then I've always wanted to put those songs out. So they're the oldest songs on the album. And then there's one track, Old Friend, that's the only Fly My Pretty song on this album, which is the original demo, actually, tweaked.
Wow.
So I always really like that, so it's good to have that on there. And then the rest of it, the other 7-8 tracks are newer. They're more 2008, 2009, and so it's a fair representation of a current what I've been up to currently, as opposed to a retrospective of works. Yeah,
tell us about the tarot card rock side of things, because that's the if you get a hold of the album, that's the theme as well, that it comes with basically tarot cards, or your interpretation of sort of tarot cards.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not I'm partially spiritual, but I wouldn't say I'm a tarot card kind of guy. I haven't never had my reading or anything, but in terms of the theme of it relates to not knowing your future, not knowing your destiny, and sure, we can create a direction for ourselves in life, but we never know what's around the corner, whether it's good or bad. And I guess that theme relates to all the songs, and it's either looking back at previous relationships, or good ones or bad ones, looking forward, trying to be optimistic as well.
Is there a bit of heartbreak in here?
There's a bit of heartbreak. Yeah, I think there's a bit of heartbreak in any good album. Yeah.
You can't really be a musician without some heartbreak in there, eh?
I reckon.
You've got to have that to write about.
Not everything can be sweet all the time, right?
No, that's right. So, but have you had your cards read?
No, I haven't. But sorry to explain. The artwork is instead of having your normal fold out information there, it's individual cards. And so one's birth, one's the players, which is the musicians, one's death. One's lovers, and one's the magician, which in this case is me.
That's you. Going what?
What?
Cool. And are you going to be touring this around the country at all, or doing a live?
Yeah,
show?
there are some plans afoot to run some parties, more than I think a classic tour. It's not really top priority for me at this stage. We'll but I'm working on getting out there and entertaining some people.
The Fly My Pretties are still chugging along as well, and there's still some more shows to come along with that.
Yeah, that's right. We've got this Friday, Splore. Splore City. So really looking forward to that. It's
going to be a great party.
You know, it's a different one if you put Fly My Pretties into an hour 20 set.
Yeah.
You know, you have to think about it a bit differently, because usually we do 2 parts of an hour and a half, so it's, you know, it's 3 hours. So, but yeah, really looking forward to it, and I hear that artistically it's brilliant, you know, brilliant crew that puts it together.
Well, what should we play off the album to go out on?
Oh yeah, we could play something a bit different. Maybe the last track.
I'm Coming Home.
It's short and kind of 12-bar blues. Really, it's a bit of fun. And well, there's a 4-piece. There's one Black Seed on a piano. There's Craig Terrace on the drums. I'm on bass and vocals, and we have another Black Seed, Jabin Ward, on the saxophone.
And the engineer behind it all is
Lee Preble. Yeah, good old friend and experienced producer Lee. It was a real pleasure working with him. I mean, you know, this time around I get to do it however I wanted to do it. You see what I mean? So it's not a democracy on this particular project, which is great.
Yeah.
Had some help from Craig Terrace from Cassette and Lee Preble and a few, you know, other musicians that, you know, that came in and did some sessions. But yeah, it was quite refreshing actually, just being able to go hard and do what you know, achieve the sounds that you want to do, and then not have to ask everyone if that's cool. Nice.
Well, go and add it to your summer collection. It is Barnaby Weir Tarot Card Rock, and as it says, we're going to be playing the final track, I'm Coming Home. Thanks, Barnaby.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Cheers.
Well, I'm on the road for weeks at a time, but when I